Lord, I've really been real stressed, down and out, losing ground. Although I am black and proud, problems got me pessimistic. Brothers and sisters keep messing up. Why does it have to be so damn tough? I don't know where I can go to let these ghosts out of my skull. My grandma's passed, my brother's gone. I never had once felt so alone. I know you're supposed to be my steering wheel, not just my spare tire. Oh, but Lord, I ask you, oh, to be my guiding force and truth. Oh, for some strange reason it had to be. Guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another. When that awkward moment when the supplements to your Criterion Collection movie is way better than the actual movie you're watching. Hello there, CriterioNate here. Number 436, Milcho Manchevsky's Before the Rain. 1994, 103 minutes, color stereo, Macedonian, English, and Albanian, with optional blah, 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 blah. So yeah, God, I don't know how to feel about this one. It's okay, but it's really confusing, and I just feel like I didn't get it. I don't know if I got it. I got the supplements, as I mentioned before, which I'll mention in a second. But yeah, this movie, I don't know. I mean, it was a big deal. It was a big deal because I guess it was like the first movie made in Macedonia, like in the 90s, when it was like established as its own country or whatever. So it was a big deal to that in that aspect. But there's still a lot of war in the 90s, a lot of conflict between different countries. And again, I don't know. I was a little kid, I know nothing about this, and I haven't, and I don't do research. That's the thing. You remember, I don't do a lot of research, so I expect to know everything I need to know from the movies. If the movies don't teach me anything, then, well, there you go. I can't do anything about that. So anyway, this movie is split up into 3 parts. There's 3 separate sections, and they're all kind of intertwined within each other. The first one is, I think, Words, and it's about this mute monk who hides out this young Albanian girl who's on the run who's been accused of murdering someone's brother, and so these men are out to chase her, and so he ends up falling in love with her, and he ends up leaving his church so he can talk to her, and but she ends up getting killed in the end. And the second part is called Faces, and it's about this British photographer or woman who works at for like a newspaper. Her name's Anne, and she's played by the late Caitlin Cartridge, who we remember from Sophie from Naked, Michael Ace Naked. And so I was like, oh God, it's her again. It's like, this time she isn't getting raped or anything like that, So, but still, it was a little, I don't know. So she's like, I guess, pregnant, and she's kind of in love with her friend Alexander, and who's a Macedonian photographer who's in town, and they have almost a little fling in the backseat of a car and all that. And then later on, she meets her husband to tell her that she's pregnant. She wants a divorce. Meanwhile, there's this war going. These people are fighting, and this guy ends up shooting up the restaurant and killing her husband. And meanwhile, Alex goes back home and apparently finds out that, like, his neighbors, because of the war that's been going on, his neighbors are like, some of his neighbors don't like him because of his background. And there's this woman, Hannah, who he used to know and he kind of likes, and he's kind of may still be in love with her. And he says that he needs to, and she tells him that she wants him to go find her daughter, Zamir or something like that, who's the girl that is hiding out with the monk at the beginning. And so he ends up finding her, and the guys who want to kill her end up catching up to her and killing Alexander, and she runs off, and I guess that's where the movie is like this, and then that's where she ends up finding the monk, and so it's this, cycle, a movie of cycles. And the rain falls at the end of the movie, and yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It was a little. I mean, the music was good. I thought the music was really good. It was by the first like Macedonian band. I forget their name. It was like Alexandra or something like that. Let me say what their name. Anastasia. And I thought the music was done really well. The way they used keyboards and samplers and all that. I thought that was probably the best thing about the movie was the music. Everything else was just, I don't know, it just didn't sit well with me. I thought it was confusing. And, again, a lot of it was because I don't understand the history behind it. But so be it, there you are. Those movies will come. And I think, that's how it's going to be. So anyway, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way they treated Caitlin Cartledge's character. It's apparent in the trailer that the U.S., of course, because she's one of the few English-speaking characters in the movie. Of course, the trailer focuses all on her, the U.S. trailer, and so that was a little upsetting. And what is his last name? Manchevsky's was really upset by the way they handled it because of the fact they focused on Anne's story, and so he ended up making his own version just because he re-edited the trailer using substituting different images and stuff while using the same background, and yeah, I thought it works a lot better. I definitely don't care much for the way they don't treat the foreign. I thought in the 90s, I don't think we treated foreign films very well. Not that you haven't seen this yet, but I mentioned it when Josh and I reviewed Chungking Express. I made a comment about that, and you'll see that in a couple of weeks, in a month or two when I finally upload Chungking Express. So yeah, Before the Rain, I wasn't a big fan of this. I didn't really get what was going on, and I'm sure people, wanted a bunch of golden lions, but there you are. So I guess somebody likes it. So anyway, for me, it was pretty bleh. But not a terrible movie. I know there's something going on here. And so for that, I'm giving it a B-. There you go. It's down there, but it's not up there either. It's not up there either. It's not way down there. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's kind of I don't care to watch it again. So B-. And yeah, so anyway, supplements. Let's see. There's an interview with Rajay Surbidija, who played Alexandra, and he's talking about working on his memories and how he really wanted to make this film and how he felt it was important to his people. I think him being Macedonian himself. There's a short 1993 documentary called Behind the Scenes in Macedonia, which has interviews with Manchevsky and all that, and different the producers and art directors and all that. There's a lot of background footage. There's some behind the scenes on-set footage as well. There's some soundtrack selections from Anastasia, just isolated sections of music, and there's also some photography that Manchevsky did from a collection he did called Street. But the big surprise and the one thing that made it all worth it for me was the fact that I had forgotten that Manchevsky directed the music video to Arrested Development's Tennessee. And Arrested Development was a rap group that I grew up with when I was younger. And Tennessee was a video I watched all the time when I was a kid. And so getting to see that again was a treat. And that Criterion puts hip-hop, on there. I mean, well, that's not fair. I mean, Beastie Boys, And they play Beastie Boys in this movie. They play So What You Want. kind of a recurring theme hearing that song. But yeah, I was like, sitting through that movie was kind of painful, but, you know, Tennessee made it all worth it, so good job, Criterion. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got. So, Before the Rain, B-, not worth your time, in my personal opinion. So, anyway, that's it for today. Oh god, I still haven't taken the damn slip. Okay, you know what? I'm doing this because I got to remove the tape here, so I can show you the full cover. That is, hang on here. The next movie, which we'll be doing in a few. Vampire, which we'll probably get to this one, I'd say maybe Thursday night. Oh gosh, Thursday's iffy though. In fact, we may not be able to get to this until Sunday, just because of the way my schedule is. I really wanted to do this Saturday, but I've got other projects I need to. I might actually be able to do this Saturday. Actually, this may be happening Saturday, so we'll see. Because it's a short movie, it's only 73 minutes, and I'm praying the supplements aren't too crazy, because I got things to do. So anyway, Vampire probably on Sunday, maybe Friday. I don't know. I mean Saturday, possibly Friday or Saturday. Definitely not Thursday or tomorrow. Mon Uncle means it'll probably be Sunday or Monday. Traffic Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. Grand Upon the Brain, whenever that happens. So anyway. That's it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't kill cats. Don't shoot cats. That was the one other thing I forgot to mention, and I'm so glad I didn't. They shot a cat. I basically checked out of this movie after they shot the cat. So that was fucked up. I'm sorry. So yeah, don't kill cats. Yeah, I'm sorry. That really was stupid. So anyway, don't shoot up restaurants. Just don't kill people. You know, just don't kill people. Work your shit out. You know, don't hate people because of all this racial tension and shit. You know, it's all bull crap. So anyway, peace. Anyway, that's for me. Thank you for watching. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. And we will see you all later this week. Hopefully this weekend for Vampire. And until then. Goodbye.